Heinkel 111 is one of the most iconic airplanes in history. This German medium bomber was initially presented as an airliner, but it soon saw combat, first in the Spanish Civil War and then in World War II. Here are 5 facts you probably didn't know about it. Number 1. It was used as a night fighter on the Eastern Front. While night operations of the Soviet Air Force weren't comparable to the RAF's campaign in the West, they still prompted the Luftwaffe to set up an experimental night fighter flight in early 1942. This task was given to Kampfgeschwader 53, equipped with the Heinkel bomber. The airplanes received little or no special modification. The crew simply patrolled an area and relied on their eyes to spot the enemy, while the defensive gunners tried to shoot them down. The most successful Heinkel pilot in this role was Oberfeldwebel Waldemar Teige. His crew had already shot down a fighter in daytime operations in 1941, but he opened his night score on 11th of February 1942 when he shot down a Petlyakov PE-2 twin-engine bomber southwest of Moscow. Ten days later, Taige's crew shot down no less than 3 Tupolev TB-3 4-engine bombers in one night. They repeated the same achievement on 16th of May, and they were eventually credited with 12 kills, 10 of them being the large Tupolev TB-3s. The night fighter operations apparently ended in late May, and Teige returned to regular daytime bombing missions. Number 2. It remained in operational service until mid-1970s. In this case, we are talking about a model designated 2.111, license built by the Spanish company CASA. The Spanish Nationalist Air Force received early models of the Heinkel bomber during the Civil War, and in 1941, CASA negotiated a contract to build the improved H-16 version in Spain. But due to war-related issues, the first Spanish-built 111 only took off in May 1945. Full-scale production, however, started in 1949 when the supply of Junkers Jumo engines became available from French sources. Spanish operational units began using the 2.111 in 1950. Last Jumo-powered examples were built as late as 1956, but even before that, an alternative power plant was found in Rolls-Royce Merlin. This famous engine was installed on late production Spanish 111s starting from 1955. Totally, 130 Jumo-powered examples were built, while Merlin powered 70 new airframes and 65 converted older ones. The Spanish-built Heinkel bombers even saw combat. They provided close air support and reconnaissance in the so-called IFNI War against insurgents in Spanish West Africa between 1955 and 1958. Very few details of this involvement are available. Most of the Spanish 111s were retired during the 1960s. The last airframe which was used for transport duties retired as late as 1975. Number 3. They were often used as VIP transport airplanes. The type's versatility made it suitable for yet another role, transport of generals and other VIP personnel. Even the most famous German general, Erwin Rommel, used the Heinkel 111 during his African campaign. According to some sources, the Spanish dictator Francisco Franco also used the CASA 2.111 as a personal transport plane. Number 4. It flew under Iraqi colors in the country's 1941 anti-British coup. In April 1941, a group of Iraqi generals overthrew a pro-British regime and attempted to drive the British armed forces out of the country. Germans, and later also Italians, sent a small number of combat airplanes to support the Iraqis. The German component included 12 Heinkel 111 bombers with crudely painted Iraqi Air Force insignia. Flying to Iraq through Vichy-controlled Syria, 2 of the Heinkels were stuck at Palmyra with damaged rear wheels on 14th of May 1941. A flight of 4 RAF airplanes consisting of 2 Blenheims from 84 Squadron and 2 Tomahawks from 250 Squadron attacked the Syrian airfield and destroyed the 2 German bombers on the ground. Another Heinkel was lost in an attack on Habbaniya air base held by RAF on May the 16th. 3 Heinkels participated in this attack, causing significant damage. A single Gladiator intercepted the Heinkels and damaged one of them. It was, however, shot down in the process by German gunners. The damaged Heinkel was forced to crash land. Eventually, the British forces were able to regain control of Iraq, and after suffering more losses and unserviceability, the remaining German aircraft left Iraq on 29th of May 1941. Number 5. It was exported to 7 countries. Apart from the already mentioned Spain, Heinkel 111 was exported to 6 more countries. They included German allies, Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania and Slovakia, as you might expect, but also China and Turkey, which received a number of early variants before the war. Romania was the largest operator among those countries, initially receiving 32 H3 examples in January 1940. They participated in the Operation Barbarossa, and 7 of them were lost by October of 1941. More Heinkel He-111s were delivered in 1942 in the H-6 variant, but they were assigned to maritime operations. Romanian Heinkels then participated in the Battle of Stalingrad, and only 5 remained operational by the end of 1942. When Romania switched sides in 1944, a small number of surviving 111s was even used in combat against Germany. Hungary initially received only 2 Heinkel 111Ps in 1940. These numbers were boosted by 5 more examples 2 years later. The airplanes were used for standard bombing as well as for reconnaissance. Slovakia received a small number of Heinkels, but they were probably only used for transport duties. Bulgaria ordered 24 Heinkel 111 H-5s. 6 were delivered before Operation Barbarossa and the rest slowly through 1942 and 43. They saw little combat until 1944. Soviet Union captured a number of Heinkels and used them in combat, while the UK and United States used several of them for evaluation purposes after the war. If you liked the video, be sure to press the like button, which is extremely important for the channel. Join our Patreon supporters or donate on PayPal to ensure the future content, and keep watching Showtime 112.